What's up guys, Kuroo here, and today with a new video. So today I wanted to show you guys a fun build. I call it the defensive sword build, or yeah, maybe you guys have a better name. Tell me down in the comments below, but yeah. I'm going to show you guys how to use it in like against mobs, against a lot of mobs, and also against bosses and how it works and stuff like this. So first let's take a look at what skills I'm using. So the main skill here is actually the Kismet shield skill, which is pretty nice because you get a paralyzes resist buff, and the higher your own defense, the more additional damage you do, and your damage increases. That's why I'm using this on the switch skill. You can also use another defense or a skill which does more on your defense. And next up we have this UGO, which gives you an attack buff, additional damage based on your defense for 20 seconds, which is a nice buff, and it's very long. And the good thing is, as you're playing defense, you're getting a nice juicy attack buff. Next up we have Poor Sister Straya, and hence gives you defense buff plus 13% for 15 seconds. And lastly we use this Agile skill, which is just doing more damage increased on based on your defense stats, and it gives you flinch resist, which is also pretty nice to have. And yeah, let's look at the passive skills I'm using. I'm going to use this skill, Bouquet Kuroo. Well, attack buff is active, your defense increases by 23%, and as we have this UGO skill, we get a nice juicy defense buff for free on top of it. Next up we use the Silica. Energetic Silica is one of the best skills, attack plus 20% when your HP is above 75%, so it's a skill you want to use in almost every set. Next up we have this Graceful Kuroo Sachi. While defense plus buff is active, attack power will increase by 23.4% thanks to the Straya skill. We get this. And also there's Long Hair Asuna defense skill, defense plus 7.6%, and for each hit it increases your defense further, and you get a higher defense buff, which is essential for our defensive sword build. Yeah, that's it about skills. Let's see how it works against some mobs. I don't even know which floor it is. I think it's floor 10, or yeah, it should be 10, I think. Don't even know which floor this was. Well, whatever. Yeah, so what you want to do is actually use UGO first, because you get the attack buff, and then you go into Kismet because it's your wave clearing skills, and then you just finish the rest off with either your Straya skill or your Agile skill. So as always, if you want to farm mobs, you want to gather as many mobs as possible, and yeah, just use UGO or Kismet because they are your only wave clearing skills. And UGO is better because it does a circle damage, and Kismet only does damage in a straight line. And you always want to use your switch skill as soon as it's up. And yeah, as I said, the Straya skill and Agile skill are only single targets, so if you want to farm, you can maybe exchange those two skills. But for now, I just have them in my fun build, or my shield sword build, whatever you want to call it, defensive sword. Yeah, man, it's hard to find names for those builds, but yeah. Let's see how it actually does against some bosses, shall we? Okay, let's go to the board quest and use the sword against some boss monster fights. So one-on-one fights, which is the main reason you want to use this build, and it's especially useful against slash weak monsters, so definitely going to try it there. I think the strongest monster right now, which is weak against slash, should be the golem. I'm not sure anymore, so we're just going to try it against the golem. Should be pretty fun. Maybe we're going to get wrecked, but we should have no problem so far. Okay, just skip it. Man, I hate those skip buttons. They should just completely skip the cutscene, to be honest. I mean, it's nice to read it the first time, but if you're reading it like for the 100th time, then it's not so cool. But yeah, you want to use your buff skills first, so your UGO and your Straya skill and your Agile skill, because you get flinch resist. You don't need to get, oh, oops, missed this one. So yeah, what you need to know is that the Straya skill and the UGO skill make a back jump, so gain some distance, which you need to calculate when using the next skill. So yeah, good thing is you can use them, and after this use like the Kismet skill. As you see, I don't really take damage from this boss. It's because of my weapon proficiency, and also because I have really high defense stats with this build, which is kind of nice, because you don't really need to worry about getting hit and stuff like this. And with the flinch resist, yeah, you don't even need to bother losing your combo hits, because most of the time you won't lose it, because I forgot, I think Egg gives you like 70 or 80% flinch resist, which is a lot, and chances that you lose your combo are pretty low. I mean, it can still happen, you can still get flinched, but most of the time you should be fine. Okay, was the golem, so let's try something stronger. Let's try the current boss, shall we? Which is the Griffin. Let's go for the Griffin, let's see how we do there. Just skip it again and see if we get wrecked or if we can wreck the Griffin boss. Still waiting, hopefully you can do the fight pretty soon. And here we are, Griffin boss, let's do this. So, Aggie skill for flinch resist, then going to, oh man, I hate this Griffin who just jumps back. But yeah, anyways, dodge this, do the Yu-Gi-Oh skill, getting our attack buff, which increases our defense, which is pretty nice to have. And look, the damage on the Kismet skill is pretty nice. And the good thing in this build is, because the Griffin does like can paralyze you, it's pretty nice to have the Kismet skill. But yeah, you always want to have the Yu-Gi-Oh buff and the defense Drea buff as soon as they run out. But of course you want to still dodge the things if you can. Okay, get my defense buff again because of our skill. If we get defense buff, we get 23% bonus damage, I think, which is a lot. So yeah, even though your attack stats, your rare attack stats don't seem that high, with all the buffing, or the passive buffing, you get a lot of damage out of it. So as you can see, my auto attacks do like 2000 something damage, which is thanks to all the buffs, so that's why you definitely want to have both of them active at all the time, if possible. And the Yu-Gi-Oh skill has a really long buff time, so that's pretty nice. 20 seconds is pretty long. And by the time it runs out, you can cast it again, which is pretty nice. So as you can see, we do a shit ton of damage for Sword, and after our buffs run out, we do like no damage, which is like the downside on this build. But it's also pretty fun to use, and with all the back jumping, you can dodge a lot of attacks. You can also dodge like the circle attacks if you time the back jumping right, but I didn't practice with this build long enough, so oops, missed this. Yeah, so I won't be able to dodge it. I mean, if I use it a few more times, a few more runs, then I should probably be able to do it. But as you can see, without our buffing, our attacks do like, our auto attacks do like around 600-700 damage, and with the buffing, oh my god. Yes, need to practice a little bit with this build, but I think you get the general idea of it. And without the buffs we do like 600, and with the buffs we do like 2000 with our auto attacks, which is a big increase in damage. So overall this build is pretty fun. Honestly, I mean, I can see me using it later on, but more as a fun thing. So probably not going to use it as a main thing, because I have better skills to farm. But overall it's pretty fun to use from time to time. And yeah, Kismet skills are always nice. I wish I had the other Kismet shield skill. Can definitely see it using there. Oops, we got hit there. But that's no problem because we have the Yu-Gi-Oh passive. Oh no, we don't have the Yu-Gi-Oh passive, oops. But yeah, it's not a big deal if we get hit because you have pretty high defense, so it should be pretty nice. But yeah, that's just a quick look for this shield build. So yeah, let's just see it as a little guide. Pretty fun to use, pretty decent stuff here. And yeah, I hope you can maybe copy it and use it for some for fun stuff, or maybe you just want to be the guy who deals a shit ton of damage while having really high dev stats, so that's pretty cool to use. For weapons, yeah, you just want to have the weapons, shields and armors according to your current level, but other than this, everything should be clear here. And yeah, that's it from me. If you like this video, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as it helps me out a lot. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next one. Peace.